Arguably, the most celebrated Japanese filmmaker of all time, Akira Kurosawa had a career that expanded from the Second World War to the early 90s and that stands as a monument of artistic and personal achievement. Kurosawa was born on March 23 of 1910 in Tokyo, Japan. He entered the Japanese film industry in 1936, following a brief stint as a painter. After years of working on numerous films as an assistant director and a scriptwriter, he made his debut as a director during World War II with the popular action film Sashiro Sugata. After the war, the critically acclaimed Drunken Angel, in which Kurosawa cast the unknown actor Toshiro Mifune in a starring role, cemented the director's reputation as one of the most important young filmmakers in Japan. The two of them will go on to collaborate on another 15 films. Rashomon, which premiered in Tokyo, became the surprise winner of the Golden Lion at the 1951 Venice Film Festival. The commercial and critical success of that film opened up Western film markets for the first time to the products of the Japanese film industry, which in turn led to international recognition for other Japanese filmmakers. Kurosawa directed approximately one film per year through the 1950s and early 60s, including a number of highly regarded and often adapted films, such as Akira, Seven Samurai, and Yojimbo. After the 1960s, he became less prolific. Even so, his later work, including his final two epics, Kagemusha and Ran, continued to win awards, though more often abroad than in Japan. Another major influence on Kurosawa was his older brother, Heigo, who was addicted to the novels of Fyodor Dostoevsky and Maxim Gorky. Additionally, he introduced Akira to Western art and the author cinema of Fritz Lang, John Ford, Beelzebub Fudopkin, and Sergei Einstein. Kurosawa's studied visual sense meant that his attention to cinematography and filming was also demanding and often went beyond the attention which directors would normally expect to use with their cameramen. His reputation as an editor of his own films was consistent throughout his lifetime in his insisting on close participation with any other editors involved in the editing of his films. Throughout his career, Kurosawa worked constantly with people drawn by the same pool of creative technicians, crew members, and actors, popularly known as the Kurosawa Gumi. Virtually all commentators have noted Kurosawa's bold, dynamic style, which many have compared to the traditional Hollywood style of narrative movie making. On that emphasis, in the words of social scholar, chronological, causal, linear, and historical thinking. A number of scholars have pointed out Kurosawa's tendency to cut in motion, that is, to edit a sequence of a character or characters in motion so that an action is depicted in two or more separate shots, rather than an uninterrupted shot. There are four themes which can be associated with Kurosawa's filmmaking technique, which recur from his early films to the films he made at the end of his career. These include his interest in A. the master and disciple relationship, B. the heroic champion, C. the close examination of nature and human nature, and D. the cycles of violence. He died on September 6th of 1998 of a stroke. He was 88. Kurosawa's most enduring legacy might be the opening of Asian cinema as a whole to Western audiences, influencing filmmakers such as Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg, among others. While some of his best pictures remain relatively unknown to all but film specialists and junkies, his cultural ambassadorship gave world cinema one of its most viral modes of artistic exchange between the East and the West.